Welcome to our fans of Fighting Lifestyle UAE. Tonight we have the pleasure of interviewing Herbert Burns. Herbert, welcome to Dubai. Is this the first time you've been to Dubai?
Yeah, very first time. It's really good here.
How are you finding it? How are you finding the heat?
The heat's okay. Brazil is in Singapore, it's hot as well. So I like heat. It's good. It's
so
good.
no problem with the heat.
No problem with that.
Yeah. Herbert, you have a record of 3-0, an MMA record of 3-0 in the 1FC with 2 submissions and 1 decision win. Your opponent on your up-and-coming fight, Tanaka, has a record of 10-1. Some fans might think that's a big challenge for you. What would you say to these fans?
I'm ready to this challenge. My previous opponent was much more experienced than Tanaka. He was like over 60 fights, and he fought like in big shows in US. Tanaka has a solid career in Japan. He fought most of the time in Shoto. Mm-hmm. He's a good fighter. He's a tough striker, left hand. But yeah, the fans gonna be, if they think this is a big step up for me, they're gonna have a big surprise on Friday night.
Surprise on Friday night. Good.
It's okay to be underdog.
The underdog, yes.
Everybody loves the underdog.
You like being the underdog?
Yes, it's no problem.
Yes. How's your fight preparation been going out in Evolve MMA in Singapore?
No, was a great camp this time. Heath Singh's head coach took care of everything. We have a lot of guests this time. We did have Joe Warren. He's a Bellator bantamweight world champion, and he's a wrestling world champion. So he did some adjustments on our takedown game, bring my takedowns to another level. And we receive Jay-Z Cavalcante. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z, he's a former Dream lightweight champion. Yes. Yeah. So we received last week Roger Grace. Yes. So it did a pleasure to roll for him. Also,
how was that? How was that?
Good. It was good. Really good. So Ben Askren, Shinya Aoki, Leandro Brodinho, Leandro Ataides. We have a good team. Like we have a lot of great guys training for me every single day. They pressure me a lot. Even the main Muay Thai world champion, Saigran Luke Banyan, he's the one that's my coach. He's a 2-time Lumpini champion, world champion. Yeah. So he's a 2-time boxing champion. So training every day with them, like, give me a lot of confidence that I can spar for Muay Thai world champion, training for other BJJ world champion, wrestling world champion. So I'm sure in the fight, my opponents won't be better on them on that specific area. Yeah. So if I can mix better than my opponent, so for sure I'm gonna be the winner on that night.
So you're confident with your stand-up with all the the training partners. You've got some, you mentioned some top high-level training partners there, and they sound as though they've been pushing you all the way through the camp and helping you. So you sound very confident that you'll be able to do the stand-up, and obviously your BJJ, is second to none. So your stand-ups come along, your wrestlings come along, your Muay Thais come along, and it's rolling with Roger Gracie there. Roger Gracie is an experience in itself, I would imagine. Yeah. How do you balance your training and your teaching? Because you also teach at Evolve MMA, yeah?
Yeah, it's fine. You have like 6 black belts now, so when you have a camp, you teach less. Right. So we can focus more on the training, rest, and back to training. We do 2 sessions, one in the morning or in the afternoon. So usually I teach sometimes between the sessions or right after the afternoon training. Mm-hmm. So after that I can go home, rest, and be ready to and fresh for the training in the morning the other day.
Yeah, and as you say, there's plenty of black belts there to step in and let you sort of concentrate more on your fight camp and on your fight personal training. Yeah, excellent. We touched on your BJJ there. You've accomplished a lot in your BJJ career. World no-gi champion, 3 times champion of South America, champion of Pan Am America, to name but a few. And the list's a lot longer than that. Are you planning to continue competing in BJJ, or have you now converted and moved over to MMA and just concentrate on MMA? Would you do both?
I didn't retire of BJJ. I said this. I give interviews to Brazil, to a lot of Brazil websites, and they ask if I retire. I say, I'm not retire. If you guys have opportunity even to do like just like a super fight, I will be able to do a super fight. But it's hard to do a championship now if I want to fight for a BJJF or the confederation. I have no time teaching, training, and 1FC. So I like to compete. So I always want to fight next to build my career and get further and further. The age is better. So I try to compete, but if I have a big gap between my fights, I'm gonna compete BJJ. I didn't retire yet, so I'm gonna look for put the gear, training for the gear every single week. So at least try like 3 times a week. I put my gear and train for the students, and we do no gear almost every day. So
would it be fair to say, depending upon your MMA fights, the distance between each fight, if there was enough time in between each MMA fight, you'd certainly
definitely
compete BJJ. We've seen over the years, a number of BJJ fighters sort of convert over to or cross over to MMA. In your opinion, what attracts the BJJ fight? Is it the money? BJJ is not seen to, it's becoming better over the years, certainly here in the UAE, with prize money, but in the past, the money hasn't been there. Is it the money that's drawn them across, or is it something else?
Most of the time, I can say it was the money. Earlier was the money, like before BJJ was hard to. The BJJF they don't pay the competition. Now they have a BJJ League Pro, then they pay, but it's still very, very few competition that pay. On the World Pro now they pay a good amount of money, but like it's one a year, so you still have the whole year to manage that. So some guys before, like André Galvão, Marcelo Garcia, they try to do MMA and they get back to BJJ. I think that's the mistake. If you're going to do MMA just because of money, that will be a bad choice.
Right.
Because you need like that, you need love that. I do because I like to challenge myself. I enjoy training Muay Thai and wrestling and BJJ as well. So puts everything together and challenge that in a world class event. It's just awesome. So I'm gonna keep doing MMA, and if I have a chance, I'm gonna do BJJ, and I'm gonna keep fighting. I just love compete.
And finally, is there anybody you would like to thank? Say, any of your sponsors, any of your teammates?
I would like to thank you, everyone from Evolve MMA, all the students and fans there. Chatri Sitiotong is the founder there. He received me open arms there and gave me a good opportunity to train and teach there and show my potential to the world now. And 1FC, Victor Kui and everyone from there. And all my fans from Brazil and UAE, the guys here from UAE, big BJJ community. Okay, keep it up, guys. I'm gonna do great Friday and hope to make you guys very proud.
Thank you, Herbert. Thank you very much for your time. And our friends at Fighting Lifestyle UAE, for myself, Derek Gamblin, Herbert Burns, thank you and good night.